Right, Toyota champs, and here we have the best value, best bang for buck, best no-nonsense gaming laptop, in my opinion, the Aorus 15P. Now, this is not to be mistaken with the Aorus 15G, which I'll tell you the differences in a sec, but this has everything you want as a gamer. You know, there's nothing superfluous on this. It does what it says on the tin. It games hard, and it's one of the better ones in terms of performance. I actually reviewed the Asus Scar, which is a good no-nonsense gaming laptop as well, but this one in my opinion is better. In actual fact, you know, it doesn't have anything like liquid metal or anything like that, but the CPU can run pretty much 4 gigahertz. Well, I'll talk about that later. So first, what's the difference between the Aorus 15P and 15G? Now, the 15G, you have the option of a mechanical keyboard, you have the option of a 240Hz display, you have an option of a 300Hz display. You also get the option of the 2 8-cores, so the i7 8-core and the i9 8-core, and the option of RTX Supers. So this one doesn't have RTX Supers, this one has an RTX 2070. You can get an RTX 2060 90 watt, and it also has an i7 6-core 10750H. For me, that's all you need in a gaming laptop. I mean, adding an extra 2 cores really ain't going to make that much difference, and a 2070 is perfect, and even a 2060 is good as well. Like a 90 watt will be really good. This one here has a 144Hz display. That's all you need as well, right? Unless you're playing CSGO or Overwatch or something like that, why do you need more than 144Hz? Like, you don't. Like, the display's awesome, super buttery feeling, connected, you know, low response time. It is really good. Actually measured like 326 nits, pretty much 100% sRGB. The display is really good, no complaints with that, and you wouldn't think it's the more budget friendly model compared to the 15G, and I wouldn't be paying anything extra for, you know, a better display. Now, of course, if you go to the G model, yes, the mechanical keyboard's awesome, and by the way, this keyboard's pretty good too. Usually I've got this overhead light, and usually that will wash out the RGB, but you can actually see the RGB. Now, it is a full-size keyboard. The one thing about it is the secondary keys at night, you're not going to be able to see them. That will drive you crazy. Got a webcam here. It's a nose cam or whatever you call it, but it's good. It's got a, you know, a cover there, so you can cover that. Speakers here are pretty good. The build quality is solid. Yeah, it is plastic, but it's solid, it's robust, no worries about that. You know, there's no complaints there. And I do like the silver finish on it. That is nice. I really like it. Something different. It's good. It's pretty clean in terms of gaming laptops. Yeah, you've got to take these stickers off, but other than that, it's just nice and clean. None of this, you know, 12-year-old bloody spaceship things or whatever. It's just, it's good. Now the trackpad, yeah, all right, I fight against it every now and then, but yeah, it's okay. It's serviceable. It's not my favorite trackpad. What I will say is you're going to use a mouse for gaming, so that's probably not going to be an issue. Inside, you can upgrade the RAM, of course. You get 2666 megahertz RAM if you get the 2060. If you get the 2070, and there's no options for the supers here, they're just the normal ones, you do get 2933 megahertz RAM. Again, that's not really going to make that much difference. Inside, you have two M.2 drives. Awesome. You have, you know, upgradable RAM. All the ports you want, HDMI, mini display port, you know, USB Type A's, Ethernet, you know, combination audio jack, and you even have an SD card reader, which is like amazing. And that's one thing. This is a gaming laptop, but the display is that good that you could actually do some color work, like, you know, video editing, stuff like that. This would be a good dual purpose laptop. Also have USB-C there as well. Now these speakers up here, they're actually okay. There's nothing remarkable about them. There's nothing bad about them either. They're just middle of the road there, but you're not going to hear it, of course. It's a gaming laptop, but I will say, when I game with this, there's no hot spots on the skin, right? So there's nothing to worry about external temperature. It can game anything you throw at it. Have a look here. Yes, you're going to see this big erection in Melbourne, and we are the home of big erections in Melbourne, and you can see there I'm playing 4K 30 frames per second flight simulator. So this is a 2070, of course, but what more do you want? 4K flight simulator at 30 FPS, that's good in my book. And of course, every other game you throw at it, it's going to play it, no problems. We know what a 2070 is like. I've reviewed like a million of them, but this one's really good because one, the noise isn't that bad. I'll get back to the noise in a sec. When you game that CPU, say for example Battlefield, which is the one that really heats up the CPU and really tests it out, it will hit 90 degrees. There seems to be a cap there of 90 degrees on the CPU. But Even in Battlefield, it could maintain 4 gigahertz pretty much the whole time. It only dipped to 3.9 gigahertz every now and then, but most of the time it was over 4 gigahertz. So that's what you want in a gaming laptop, you know, games that are sensitive to, you know, CPU frequency. This has got you covered, and that's the difference, right? This thing here, I've reviewed laptops with liquid metal that can't, you know, hold the CPU frequency that this does in Battlefield. And when I was gaming, I actually had to look if I had it in the right mode, because you can change how hard you want the CPU and GPU to go in the control center, and you can also set the fan profile. Now, I had the fan profile on gaming, and I was playing the game and I'm thinking, this ain't that loud. This has got to be on normal or silent or something. No, it was on gaming. No jokes. The fan's not going to be as loud as other gaming laptops. And yeah, all right, when it gets hot, you will hear them. But compared to other gaming laptops, I like this. The build quality is good. It does what it says on the tin. It games anything you throw at it. It's robust, good display, good keyboard. Trackpad could be better, but yeah, it is what it is. And this is the budget range. I mean, if you want to go to the G, you get that mechanical keyboard. You get the options of the Super. You get the options of the 8 cores and the higher refresh rate displays like 240, 300 Hertz. But for me, this is all I need. 144 Hertz, 2070. What else do you want? And it's going to be one of the best gaming laptops using these parts. Not hot, quieter than most gaming laptops. I really like it. Look out for this one. It's a killer. Gigabyte are killing it, right? You got Gigabyte, probably the best thin and light sort of premium laptop with the Aero 15, and now they probably got the best no-nonsense gaming laptop as well. So now with Gigabyte, if you haven't actually looked at them before, definitely start looking at them, because they're making killer laptops. They know what gamers want and they just give it to them. So well done, Gigabyte. Catch you in the next one, guys. Tally ho.